up? Welcome to Exodus XL. We are so excited for y'all to be here. Are you ready for a good night? Tonight is going to be a great night with some games, worship, a short teaching, and we have food for y'all later. Before we get started, though, we're just going to go over a few rules. Make sure to keep your hands to yourself. Stay in your own chair, and if you have to use the restroom, go by yourself. You don't need to take a whole group of friends with you.
So tonight we're starting off our new unit about cravings, kind of craving things that we think make us fit in. Like me, one thing I've been craving is, to do physical activity again. That's really one thing that I've been missing out on. But we're talking about cravings, and one big craving that most of us have probably every day is food. So like Maren said, we have a bunch of appetizers and things that people tend to crave for. So we're going to go ahead and go get appetizers. Go!
You can do this while you're eating. But basically what it is you guys will all stand up, and there's going to be 4 cars. And so they all have a color. I'm not that good with colors. But it'll be lane 1, you pick one number. Lane 2, 2, 3, and 4. And then if your racer wins, you stay standing.
It's pretty simple, like
And
what
if
we've
you
done
lose, you're
before. Yeah.
Yeah, just hold up your hand.
Hold up a hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it. Find the ultimate racing champion.
Pick a racer.
Let's
All
do
right.
it. Everybody stand
1,
up.
2, 3, 4.
If you want green, number 1, red,
You don't
number
have to
2,
stand up.
orange, number 3, and blue, number 4. Go, go!
Green is pushing.
Blue's coming up behind, though. Yellow's falling behind.
I'm taking
Yellow's
red.
falling behind. Make it a...
Oh!
Man. So if you had green,
If you had 1,
keep standing.
you're still in.
Woo.
All right, so 5
Man,
people
yeah.
are left.
Man.
All right, who wants some stuff? If you got that right, raise your hand. And you can
Whoever's
move this
still
whole
in,
thing.
who got
I'm not-
number 1?
I'm not gonna throw it. You didn't get it right.
Yeah, she got it right. She got it right.
She already has it. All right.
Did you win?
All right.
Maybe
Next
time.
race.
You guys can share. You guys can share.
You guys can keep going. All right. What? We're just giving like.
All right. What are we doing? Yeah, if you're still in, stand up.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Nutter Butters. Nutter Butters are 5. Who likes Nutter Butters?
Boogity,
Anyone
boogity,
over
boogity,
here?
boys, let's go
You
race
like Nutter Butters?
it!
You were in. You don't?
He was in, he was in, he was in.
You don't like them?
Big fan of nuts. Blue! If you had blue. Jack, you're still in? What do you want?
All right. I have this in my hand. You said you didn't like it, Flowers.
Got blue?
You already got
Blue, blue?
M&Ms. Do you want this? Oh. Dude, not a sour
Man,
cream and cheddar.
who
Ruffle,
else- who is
Ripple,
still in?
Not Ruffle, Ripple.
Who is still in? If you're still in, raise your hand.
There's no one in? Rob, what do we do? No one's in. Yeah.
I guess you all lose.
going?
Let's do one more.
All right,
Everybody's
one more round.
back in. Everybody's back in.
Everyone's back in. I'm going to grab some stuff in preparation.
That is a smart idea, Ethan.
Chunky
Oh,
chips,
ladies and gentlemen,
fudge
start
cake,
your engine.
gingerbread.
Ooh, I
likes
love
gingerbread?
gingerbread. I am a big gingerbread guy.
I'm just going to pick 2 people that won.
Yeah.
I think blue wins.
I'm gonna go red.
Pick blue. Pick blue, I dare you.
Oh yeah.
Blue's
Let's
4,
go.
dude.
Let's go.
Blue
Let's
won.
go. Let's go.
Blue
Let's
won.
go. Let's
Game
go.
over.
Let's go. Let's
Blue
go.
won. Blue won.
Red.
You got 4
Red.
up, you won.
Red.
Yeah, you
Oh!
won.
Oh! Oh!
Psych. Who had orange?
Yellow. Who had yellow?
You like chunky Chips Ahoy? All right, you already stole
So,
some, so I'm not
can you-
giving you one.
Share. Are you still
Did you
in?
win? Did you win? You won? You. I can't see colors. Here.
Everybody get something.
Okay. Well, all right.
Oh wait. You already got something?
Who
No,
wants
you
this?
lost.
Anyone want this?
Were you in?
Cool.
Only if you
He
won.
called it.
Only if you were still in. Only if you're still in.
He won. He won that round.
All
want
right.
the Takis,
Next
Mason?
one. Next
Wait,
one.
are we still doing one or?
Yeah, let's
I
do
guess we
another
are.
one.
Keep
Let's
going.
do it.
Who wants this 46
If
pack
you win
of
this
Takis?
race, you could have a lovely
All
Reese's
right.
Peanut Butter Cups Chips Ahoy. Something that sounds quite
Someone's-
delectable to me.
Some middle school mom is going to be very unhappy with me. But it's
Don't
funny.
eat this all in one night. Oh, blue's going away with it.
I told you blue was going to win.
Who got blue?
You already got something. You already
Who
got
got
something.
blue?
You already got something. Have you got something? You guys all got something. Macias? You a
Well,
Takis
she's
guy?
out. Nah,
Not the whole
she,
box?
she's out.
You said the whole box last time.
Ah.
All right.
How many do we have left? And who's still in? Jackson, you're still in?
Well, I guess you're.
How many do we have left?
I did not mean to do that.
You already have one, Clayton.
Because Macias doesn't have one.
Carson, are you still in?
Everyone gets one if you're in. Were you in? All of you guys were in?
All right,
You
let's
weren't
go.
in? There you go. You don't
Keep
like to
it
pop
rolling. Like the wheels on a race car.
puppies? This is wild.
Man, I love going to a good day at the races. Oh, Green's pulling away.
Classic.
Let me get a few of these. Let me get a few of these.
Like the worst ones.
Everybody, you guys like Fritos?
You guys won? You guys like classic
Who's got
chips?
green?
Or Frito? You like Fritos? You're 1 in a million. All right.
Yeah.
Classics, 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 classics. No one likes classic chips? No one likes classics?
Oh,
Huh, flowers.
who wants a free bag of Doritos? The loudest person gets it.
Are we keep going?
Loudest one. Loudest one.
Hey everybody, my name's Carson,
And I'm Kendall.
and I hope you all are enjoying your appetizers. I just wanted to talk about camp, which is coming up this summer. It's June 13th through the 17th. Congrats, happy birthday. And you do want to get signed up soon because we do have limited spots, and I don't know how much. And it's $330.
Okay, so we have another service opportunity coming up the day before Easter, which is the April 16th. There's sign-ups out there if you want to help with the children's ministry or the preschool kids. You can sign up to do that, and they would really need your help. It starts at 3:30 and goes till 5:30, or you can also do a 7 to 8 o'clock.
And we are doing a little competition right now for all of us over here. We're collecting stuff for Christine's Place, which is basically a shelter for women. And on April 15th, we are going down there from 1 to 4.
So yeah, we're collecting supplies. There's a list of supplies on the board that you can bring. And then whoever brings the most stuff or their bucket's the fullest, they'll get a breakfast party on Sunday. So make sure you're bringing in those items because those girls could really use them there. And I think that's it. A smiley face.
All right, we're going to do another game. Sorry.
More chances to win more stuff.
I'm mid-chew right now, so probably
We're
not
gonna play a
ideal.
game, Name That Knockoff. So basically just gonna pull up a toy or whatever. I don't know, some of these things are odd on the screen, and you're gonna be able, the first one to guess
You
it,
guys can
guess
sit down.
something.
You guys can sit down.
So if you know it, stand up and be as loud as you can. And try to identify the real items
If you
by
know
the
it.
knockoff.
If you don't know it, stay sitting, please.
Yeah.
Because it'll get wild.
But if you know it, jump up, and if you get it right,
All right, Will?
you'll get something.
What's the first one?
Some Takis. Who likes Takis?
What's the first one, Will? All right, what's the off-brand?
Cheetos.
Who knows
Oh.
this one?
Mason.
Jay.
Jay. Yeah. Hulk
Yeah.
Hogan. There you go, Jay. My bad. Bad toss.
What a toss.
So
by
that's
Jay.
basically how it's going to work.
So you just guess what the off-brand is. It's like if
Yeah.
it's like Mice Man, then it's Batman.
Oh.
What's this one? I saw you.
What's that?
Oreo. She said Oreo. She got it.
There you go.
That's how fast it is. That's
Nice.
how fast. You gotta keep on your toes.
Got to be alert. Alert. Hey, you think we get some background music? Yeah, that's better.
there we go.
That's better.
That's it.
What's the
All right.
next one?
Oh, you guys don't know.
Yep.
She said E.T.
E.T.
Hold on. E.T. or
E.T.
C-3PO.
or C-3PO.
James. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah. All right. What's the next one? You guys stood out without even. I'm watching you guys. You guys stood up without even seeing it.
Who has
All right,
seen E.T.?
What's the next one?
Nice.
Oh, I think somewhere. I call it on you. Operation. That is correct. Takis. There you go. Have a night. Have a night. Next.
Operation.
You don't like Cheetos?
That's one of my favorite all-time board
No
games.
one likes Cheetos anymore?
Oh! I saw Jackson.
He said Nike.
No,
That's not
no,
it.
no.
Who is next? Over here?
Jordans?
Jordans.
All right.
That's right.
Nice. Air Jordans.
All right. It's so hard to see who is first and second.
All right. I'm going to be...
Whoa.
I'm watching.
It was one of them. I think it was...
There's him. White shirt.
him? What?
Chewbacca? No.
He said Chewbacca. All right, yeah, you're
Okay,
right.
you got it, you got it.
Right. All right, next
All
one.
right, I'm gonna be looking for who comes up first.
I didn't see.
Oh, right there, pink shirt.
I can't.
Superman. There you go. You win some Takis.
Dude, I literally can't see everyone at the same time.
Superman.
All right, what's the next one?
Right here.
One of us has got to be calling it. The other person can't.
Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda.
All right, I'm gonna stand here and watch to see who's first.
All right.
I can't tell.
All right. Next one. Oh, who was it? Someone over here.
Okay.
Someone over here.
I thought we were next.
It was Hulk. You're right. The Incredible Hulk. You get some Takis. Some more. Oh. You good? My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, is that it? We got one more.
One more. Be lightning quick.
Oh. Them? Wait, Mountain Dew? Oh, he's just gonna give the whole thing. All right.
All right.
Okay, everybody, as worship team comes up, I want pay attention because if you don't follow along right now, the rest of the night's not going to make a whole lot of sense. Tonight is the first Wednesday of the month, and I feel like we might have gotten out of a habit. Ladies, girls, what are you doing? Get in your seat. It's like one of the rules of the night. Didn't you hear Marin? He said, stay in your seat. Marin's about to karate chop you across your throat. Look at her. She's filled with rage and violence right now. All right. So it is the first Wednesday night. I want you guys to remember, well, we only have one more after this because I know March threw everybody off because we had refuel. So this was supposed to be Exodus XL night. On Exodus XL night, you guys, actually, I didn't even hear did the tornado sirens go off today? I'm missing. So remember, when you hear that tornado siren, you're supposed to be thinking, did I invite a friend yet? And so bring a friend. And every time it's the first Wednesday of the night, we're always going to do something special. And that's why I want you guys to, be a part. Exodus XL. Now, did anybody catch? This is your quiz. Because you already filled Marin with rage. I'm going to see if you filled Jack he's already filled with rage, but a little bit more rage. Jack said something about the appetizers. Did anybody catch? There was a key word here. He said, sometimes we what? No. Crave. All right, they listen to you, Jack. Good job. Good job. We have cravings, right? And so tonight, that's a little bit what we're going to be talking about, and that's why we got appetizers. Now, I'll tell you a little story about this. Many of you know. If you don't know, you should know by now. One of my favorite places to eat is Waffle House, all right? Now, I think sometimes, I want to set some things clear here. Because sometimes Andrew and I talk about Waffle House so much, and I think you guys think we're joking about Waffle House. Andrew, is Waffle House a joke?
There is nothing more serious.
There's nothing more serious about our heart and our passion for Waffle House. I literally, it's one of my favorite places to eat. And no joke, I mean, we had a streak a while ago. I mean, we were hitting Waffle House 3, 4, 5 times a month. All the time. We would go in, and there's a lady that worked there, and she knew us by name. And we sit down, and we would always go there late a lot. And I was like, I'm gonna need decaf. And she goes, I know you're gonna need decaf, honey. I saw you pull up. I already put a pot of coffee on for you. They knew us there.
They knew our orders.
There would get to be the point where if on certain days, we were just like, I mean, it would be like lunchtime, and I'm like, dude, I'm all ready for that pecan waffle. Like, I'm craving it already. I need that. And if it didn't work out that night, I'd kind of, like, it would ruin my day. I'm like, man, we didn't get Waffle House. It's upset. I got this mug here because I love the Waffle House mug. It just feels right when it's in my hand and I'm drinking coffee out of it. And we would always, like, we would drink, we'd kind of be out there, like, drinking coffee late at night, and that's why I get decaf. And I remember asking this lady, and I said, hey, how do I get one of these mugs? Like, I want the Waffle House mug. What do I do with it? And she said, well, you can just have it, hun. You can just have it, hun. Just have the mug. You guys are always here. Just take that mug because I love Waffle House, and I drink out of this mug all the time. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little saddened, though, because this isn't actually my Waffle House mug. My Waffle House mug gets used all the time at my own house.
Did you find that in my drawer?
I found this. Me and Andrew are beefing right now. I am filled with rage right now because I found this Waffle House mug in the bottom cabinet over there in the kitchenette in the core.
Then that's not mine. Mine is in my office in my drawer.
Oh, you know what? This is yours. This is my wife's Waffle House mug because Andrew bought my wife a Waffle House mug a long time ago, and she doesn't use it. This was from when we were doing our recordings during quarantine. We both had our Waffle House mugs. I take it back. Hey, beef is solved. We're no longer beefing. I am no longer filled with rage. Now, here's the deal. We're talking about cravings because sometimes we think we need things and we want things and we think it'll make us feel better. We think it'll do more for us. And that's why we're going to be talking about this tonight and this whole series called All My Belongings and the things we think we need to belong, the things we think we need in life. And so we're going to hit up that a little bit more. Some of you guys filled out a list over there, like, if you could only bring 3 things from your home, what would they be? What are your 3 most important belongings that you cannot live without? And we're going to check that out here in a little bit. So, do this for me, okay? Everybody follow along. This is going to be really important right here. Right here. Oh, yeah, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. I know we have you food, and we want to be able to do stuff like that. What I don't want is for the food to be a distraction through the night, okay? So, ladies, gentlemen, I want you to be full. There's going to be more food after service, but during service, during worship, you can eat, like, while I'm talking and stuff. Feel free to keep eating if you're doing that. What I don't want is, like, messing with other people's food, or during worship, like, you're putting your foot and messing with everybody. It's like, let it be a part of the night, but not be a distraction for the night, okay? We're going to be doing a new worship song, and you might be talking about this, but I'm excited for it because I've been ready to do this worship song for weeks now, and so it's going to be a great night. So I want you guys to just stand on up. If you want to, you might want to move your foot a little bit. So if you want to fill in this space while we worship, you can. Clap, sing out loud. You can stand on your chair if you need to. Whatever you do, just don't be a distraction to other people. It's going to be a great night. Are you guys ready?
Before we get going into worship.
That's right.
I got a little girl with a birthday today. Harper turned 8 years old today, so take a look at the screen, Harper.
Harper! Everybody sing along. That's not loud enough. Make her feel it. It's your birthday today. Louder!
worship? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and worship together. Here we go. Come on. Rob kind of talked a little bit about it. It's called What I See, and it's all about everything that God has done that we can see all around us. And it's a perfect song kind of to lead into the Easter season. It just talks about dead things coming back to life. We can see God working all around us all the time. No matter how crazy the world seems to be getting, God is still moving, still working, and we just got to open our eyes and see it. It's a fun song, so here we go. Go ahead and put your hands together with me. You got to do it with me. Do you see what I see? Keep that up, come on. Do you see what I see? See lightning, I hear thunder. Something still dancing under. Dead things coming back. really grateful for this band, and it's good to have Drake back, right? Everybody. We're gonna have Allie lead you in this next one. This is just called "Yes I Will." It's an attitude of obedience to the Father. So sing along with her.
I count on one thing. The same God that never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now in the waiting. The same God who's never late is working all things out. You're working all things out. Oh yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Oh yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Oh yes, I will.
God, we thank you for your goodness. We thank you for the chance to get to sing songs of truth, of promises that you make to us and keep for us. God, we just pray for a great rest of our night. We thank you for the students that are here, and we thank you for just getting to be together in this place tonight. Amen. You guys can have a seat.
And I don't need any of this. I don't need this stuff. And I don't need you. I don't need anything except this. other thing except my dog. Well, I don't need my dog.
All right. I wasn't sure how well that movie would go over. I don't even know if most of our leaders have seen that movie. It's an old one. It's called The Jerk. Thank you. There's 2 people in this crowd that have seen it. Still stood up. I'm glad you guys found that funny. We're going to look at these things. What do we need? What do we need if we were to leave? And so I'm going to have, come on up, ladies. They're going to help hold up your list of signs so we can look at, there, you can applaud for them. That was very nice of you. Thank you. Good job, Lucy. All right. So I want to see, dang it, Rachel, come on. Let's see what you guys wrote down here. You had one job. Let's start over here. So we had, and you don't have to say who it was, so we'll just, Angel. Is that your dog? Like, I don't know, there's an angel in your house. My bed, and then you wrote refrigerator, scratch out, oh, you didn't know how to spell it? You didn't know how to spell and refrigerator. Did one of you, is that you? Is that you? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not. Let's move on. I was going to joke about something, but I'm not because I already gave her a hard time. You would take my family, your bed, and water. Who wrote water? Anybody? Well, one of you did, you liars. Someone wrote it. All right, fair enough. Maybe you took like if I had to survive for the rest of my life. I want my family, my bed, and some water. I might take food and water, but bed's fine too. Family, dogs, your phone, and your bed. So at least you put family above your phone. That was nice of you. You put dog, stuffed animal, and money. Is that moolah, I guess is what we're trying to say there. Moolah, let me take a few over here because this is like, most of you wrote family and phones. Like that's what you're taking, my family and my phone. Someone said, not my brothers. All 3 of your spaces were, to be very clear, not taking my brothers. I didn't say how, like what was happening to your house. And I guess in my head I was thinking like it was going to like sink or go on fire. So hopefully if that was the case, you're not leaving your brothers there. But a lot of people just said family, phone, dogs, unless one person continued to write it over and over and over. Family, animals, blankie. All right, we got our blanket, Bible, dogs, and your camera. All right. Bed, water, food. Bed, water, food. All right. We got lots of dogs. Lots of family, doggy, Bible, wardrobe, Chloe Radford. Were you just like signature or someone taking you? Is that? All right. I didn't know if you're like, and this person. What do we got? Anything else? Lord of the Rings book. Wait, what is that? No. What's KOTLC? It's your what? Okay. A book series, all right. Hairbrush and your food. You need a hairbrush. Okay. Somebody wrote strawberry syrup. I know who it was, but I didn't want to embarrass them if they did. So everybody's like, we're all agreed, dogs are coming. Not our siblings on everybody. Some of you wrote dogs and phones, but you didn't write the rest of your family, but at least your dogs are there. All right, so here's the thing. Like, I wanted to see, like, what did you feel like? If I only could take these things from my house, this is what I have to have. I think we all agree. Most of you said your pets and your phone, and some of you said family. Some of it was clothes. There's clothes, there was shoes, there was wardrobe, money. All right, so things we feel like we can't live without. Thank you, ladies. You guys can take those, and yeah, there we go. So lots of things we think we can't live without. I want you to think about this for a second and be honest with yourself. I'm not going to ask you out loud or like tell me what. But has there ever been anything, again, don't answer out loud and don't like start a side conversation and tell other people about it. But I just want you to think about to yourself, has there ever been something you thought, man, if I, like maybe you saw somebody else had it and you're like, man, if I had those shoes, they're so expensive, but man, I wish I had those. Or man, you saw somebody maybe with like clothes or something they had, and you're like, I wish I had that. Or you got a phone and you were really excited because you finally got like an iPhone, but it was like a hand-me-down from your parents, and then your friend got like the new 13, so you were like, yes, I got my iPhone, and you're like super excited, and then you're like, oh, if I just had that phone though, if I had that one, like I would be happier. Guys, and maybe girls too, like I know for me it was like a car. Like in high school, if I was like, if I could just have that school, not even so much in high school, because I came from a pretty rough area, and so everybody drove piece of junk cars in my high school, if they even had a car. It was really when I went off to college where I was like, why are all these people driving nicer cars than my parents? Like, what happened? I remember, I can remember thinking this in college, thinking, okay, if I could save up this much money and just buy like that type of car, if I could buy that car, like I would fit in way better here at college. If I could just get that. And I don't know if you've ever felt that way. I've rolled through some of your parking lots. I feel like that, like a grown adult rolling through some of your parking lots. Like, man, if I could have like the car that 16-year-old just got, like that would be cool. Grain Valley, if I could just get those 45-inch truck tires that some of those guys roll in. And we feel, and it sounds silly, but we do sometimes, right? We think, if I could have that, then I would be happier. And we like, man, look at the house my friends have, or that if I could have that, like if I had what they had, I would be happier. It would make me feel better. Now, it happens as adults too. I'm not going to lie. As adults, we can be that way. We can think, if I just had that, I will be happier. And I'm telling you guys, Will, don't show anything yet, but I'll tell you in the show. I found something that I really do. Just this past week, I was like, if I have that, my life will be changed forever. Like, that will be awesome. When you see something, you're like, I need that. I have to have that. Maybe you're like, I got a job, I'm going to save up. How many weeks would it take me to get that? I saw something, I'm like, I have to have that. That is life-changing things right there. They took two of my favorite things in the world and they made them into one thing. And guys, I'm so excited about it. Will, please show this because it's life-changing stuff here. This is for real. This past week, they came out with the Waffle House Edition Adidas shoes. And I looked at these things, and I like, go back because you got to really take it all in. I want you to notice it's got the waffle pattern on the shoe with the pecan golden stripes matching the waffle. Instead of the back saying Adidas, it says Waffle House. And I saw these shoes, and I was like, I got to have these shoes. These things are everything. And then I looked at the price, and I was like, that's not bad. But then I'm also like, I got bills to pay. Like, that's hard to justify spending that much money. So I just want everybody to know if y'all just bring $2 next week, we can make this happen. If everybody just chips in, let's start a GoFundMe for some Waffle House shoes for one of your favorite student pastors, all right? One of them. So guys, it's $220? I mean, now, hey, $210. We could easily make this happen, guys. I'm just saying, if you want to, or if you're feeling generous, go online tonight and get me a size 11. I'd be pretty happy about that too, all right? Anonymously give or say your name, and I'll put a plaque up on a wall for you every day. Well, these shoes brought to you by Avery Blaine, all right? Just if you want to. I thought, I got to have these. And I really, there was a part of me. I started texting, Jay and Robbie Cheney and Austin and Andrew, because we got this group chat, and I, text him, it was 7 in the morning. I'm like, guys, I need these shoes. I was so excited about it. Now, if I give you $500, that sounds like a deal. That sounds like, I'll do the math on that, and we'll work something out. So here's the deal. Even as adults, we can find things and think, oh, I have to have that. We crave stuff, and cravings aren't always like hunger. It's not always I got to eat something, I'm hungry. Craving is we think we need something. And even if we don't, we think if I just had those things, and sometimes those cravings, those thoughts, we think if I had that, then I would belong. I would fit in. I would have, I would be more accepted by people. And maybe if you've ever gone to a new school or kind of switched from one area to another, and you're like, man, this is like a different group. And if I had shoes like the rest of these people, I could fit in with them. If I kind of dressed like this, or if I if I had that, sometimes it happens in relationships. Like if I just had a boyfriend or if I just had a girlfriend, like I would fit in with other people and like then I would be like in the crowd. And we have this idea now. Maybe you're thinking, I don't know if I feel that way, but I do want you to think about this. If you have a social media account, think about when you've posted something. We're craving those likes. We're craving something to give us a feeling. And if you're like, I don't know if I do that, think when you've posted something and you've checked back and there's only like 2 likes, what feeling do you get? But, don't answer out loud, but be honest. You're like, 2 likes? Like, I thought that was like really cool. Like that was a good picture of me or of something that I took. And you get 2 likes and you kind of feel down. But then think about when you've checked, you go on your Instagram or whatever, and there's like, you got like 90 likes. And think about the feeling you get. Like, oh, accepted. I belong. I need those likes. If we're honest, we do that. And sometimes we're even like, 2 likes. One of them is my mom. Delete. You just take the whole picture off because you're like, it only got 2 likes. And if we feel something, right? Because we have a need, a desire, a craving for those likes. If I had this, then I would have more. And we always have this idea that I crave more stuff, so I'll be accepted by more people. When you think about that again, we crave things, we crave stuff, or we crave even how we act and to fit in, so more people I can belong to, I can belong with. And we're going to dive in and just kind of check out this, because this is what kind of this whole series is about. So tonight we're just going to kind of take an overview of what the series is going to be, and then kind of jump into like deeper the next few weeks. And so I want to look at this verse in 1 John. And so if you can pop up that verse for me, Will. I want you to think about what it's saying here. John was a disciple of Christ. Jesus has already died, resurrected, saw by thousands of people, and then ascended to heaven. And his disciples were continuing to go on and spread the news of Christ to other people. And in that verse, it says, for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, things that it gets from the world, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and our possessions. We crave after that need for attention, that need to belong, that need for acceptance. If I do better at this sport, if I had that thing, if I could just buy that. And often it is for that craving of these things. He says, these are not from the Father. That's not from God that we get that. But from this world. That's what we learn to do here. That's what we're taught to do here. That is not from God. And he says, and this world is fading away along with all the people that crave. But anyone who does what pleases God will live forever. And so John reminds them that desire that we have, it's a natural desire to want things. And those things, let me get this, I just want to make this clear. Stuff's not bad, okay? If you're like, am I supposed to sell my car because it's nice? That's not what we're saying here, okay? I don't want anybody to think like if we have nice stuff, does that mean I'm wrong? No. It's what we do when we think we need more stuff in order to belong, to fit in. And this is what John's saying is when we start craving after stuff or achievements, it's not always a physical thing. It's not always like clothes or a car or the newest phone. I mean, sometimes it's just we're craving other stuff. This desire like, our social media. How much am I noticed? I want to be noticed by these things. We're craving after other stuff, and it's never enough. See, the more stuff you want will never be enough. How many of you guys do have an iPhone 13? 12, 13, some of you? All right. Hey, let me ask you this. In 4 years, are you going to, remember when you got that new phone? It's like, it's so shiny, so new. It looks so good when you take it out of the case. You're so excited. And a few years from now, 2 years, 1 year from now, it's going to be like, man, I need that 14's coming out. Or whatever is coming out soon, or eventually it goes away. See, we crave something, but a craving, just like appetizers, just like food, you kind of snack on stuff, eat a bunch of chips, eat all those little junk food. What happens in 2 hours from now? It might throw up, or you might get hungry again. You're like, man, I had a bag of chips 2 hours ago. Why am I hungry already? Because we craved something, we filled it with something that's just going to go away. I do this, all right? I'll be completely honest. I'll be truthful. I wanted a Jeep. I wanted a Wrangler since I was 18 years old. A guy drove in my high school parking lot. I was like, dang, doors were off. He came rolling in high school. I saw that. I was like, one day, I'm going to save up on my job. Next year, I'm getting a Wrangler. Next year turned into, from 18 to last summer, like I finally got this Wrangler, okay? And I was super excited. Like I had wanted that car for 30 years, a long time. All right, I wanted that. I get this Jeep. I love it. I mean, I really do love this car. I don't want to talk too much because I think my wife gets jealous sometimes about how I talk to my Jeep. But here's the thing. I've wanted this thing and I've craved it for so long. And I'll be honest, you know what I did? The first week I owned it, anybody want to take a guess what I started looking for? Wheels, yeah. I was like, it came with brand, like the guy just put new tires on. I was like, dang, because I need to get like some 33-inch tires on this and like to get that 2-inch TerraFlex lift kit. That'd be nice on it. I need a new bumper. Probably put a winch on it because you know how often I'm going to be pulling myself up mountaintops. And I started thinking I need more. This thing that I wanted for years, I finally got. And then I was like, I need more for it. And so it's just this thing that happens, right? And it's natural. It happens. But what John's saying is be careful because when we start craving things in order to belong, in order to fit in order to get acceptance, it's not just physical things that we can get, but it's also our actions and things we do. Think about how we have a desire, a craving to belong, and think about the things you've done in order to belong in a group or a bunch of friends around you. Think about the stupid things or things you've gotten in trouble for just because you're like, I just wanted to fit in with them. I remember years ago, I had a solid student, like one of my favorite kids. And he got suspended for a few weeks because one of his buddies brought alcohol to school and they were drinking in the bathroom. And he got suspended. And I was like, well, you got 2 weeks out of school. Guess who's my new intern? I had him mopping floors, stacking chairs. It was great because his mom's like, yeah, I got nothing else to do. And he was an awesome kid. I love this kid. And the first thing I was like, why? Like, what are you doing? I mean, this was my, like, up on stage, microphone, like, this was a solid teenager. This was not some kid that didn't know and have a relationship with Christ. And he's like, it was so stupid. But there's this group of friends, man, and they're kind of like the popular guys. And, like, I had to change. Like, I wanted to belong more. I wanted to belong more at school. I wanted to fit in. And so he's changing his actions, changing what he was doing because he craved that sort of attention and desire. Another guy, another awesome young man, just an all-star athlete, football and wrestler. He was a senior, 2 scholarships, one from a D1 school and one from a D3 school. Both, like the D1 was almost a full ride, the D3 was a full ride. And he gets in trouble for stealing. Gets in trouble for stealing a $7 hat. And I'm like, dude, why? Like, what are you doing? I mean, this guy was a leader among men. Like, he was a great guy, an awesome guy. Everybody loved this guy. And he's like, well, like, there was like 5 of my friends, and they were all grabbing it. And they're like, what, you're not going to do it? He's like, and his words were, I need to fit in, man. Like, I need to fit in. And that was his thing. I'm like, but dude, like, you literally, first of all, like, you could probably beat up all your friends with a pinky. Like, just tell them, like, get out of here. No. Like, he was a tough guy. And it cost him his full ride to a D1 school. That's like a $100,000 choice for a stupid hat because he had a need to fit in. I was like, well, was it worth it? I was like, no, it was stupid. And luckily, he did get his other scholarship at a much smaller school. But he lost out. Same conversations with young lady who her relationship with her boyfriend got a little too physical, and she's kind of talking through some things. And this was years ago at a different church, and she's saying, I knew this is what my other friends were doing, and I wanted to be accepted, and if I don't, he could have just started dating somebody else. And so I just desire to be a part of things, and There's things I can't get back now. And I've had the same conversation with guys, so I don't want it always to think it's just the girl that's do that. I've had the same conversation with guys that are like, I just thought that's what she wanted me to do. And so because we want to fit in, I didn't want them to break up with me. I didn't want to lose what I had, and so I do these things to feel needed or belonged. And so when John writes this, it's not like he's just like, I think sometimes people crave attention. I think sometimes people crave stuff. This is real and honest. And if each and every one of us in here tonight, and myself included, we have all been there or we are there right now. We know what it feels like to do things or to want things in order just to be accepted, because that part of acceptance and belonging is in our heart. It's in there with us. And so whether it's physical things or things we're just reaching for, it's all there. And so what I love about what Christ did was he answered this for us. He solved this problem. Well, he offered a solution to it. He offered something for this. And Paul writes about this. Another guy that's a great missionary, Paul in the book of Colossians, he says, I want you to put on your new nature. Be renewed as you learn to know your Creator and become like Him. In this new life, it doesn't matter, and I love this part. He says it doesn't matter if you're Jew or if you're Gentile, circumcised, uncircumcised, which is the way they determine like religion and you're following. Barbaric, which was not like barbarians like what you think of, like big sword and like a Viking type of thing. Barbaric meant like you were just straight up lost. Like those were the worst of the worst. And so he's like, whatever your background, uncivilized, slave or free, meaning your background, wherever you come from, any of this stuff, he says none of those things matter because Christ is all that matters and he lives in all of us. And what Paul was trying to get across to a group of people was, it doesn't matter what you have and what you don't have. It doesn't matter about your ethnicity, about any of this stuff. None of those things matter. It doesn't matter if you have been raised in church and you've grown up perfect, or if you are literally the worst of the worst. He says, none of those things matter to Christ. In Christ, you belong. And I love what he says there. I love that truth about who Jesus is there. About this idea that we don't fix ourselves. We don't have to have stuff or be the right thing or be somebody different. When Jesus says, this is what matters. Like, I want to have a relationship with you. And not only that, we're going to talk about this a little more throughout the series, is he also gave us a place to feel belonged. And this is one of the beautiful things Jesus set up. He says, I want you to belong in me, and I want you to have a place where you belong. And down in verse 12, he says, since God chose you to be this holy people whom he loved, you must clothe yourself with tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Make allowances for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. And remember, the Lord forgave you, so that you must forgive others. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds us together in perfect harmony. Let the peace that comes from Christ rule in your hearts. For as members of one body, you are called to live in peace and always be thankful. And what Paul was writing here was about the church. He said, look, Christ has accepted you. You belong with Jesus. You have been forgiven of all that stuff. None of that other junk matters. And you also have a place to feel belonged, which is what the church was set up to be. A place that reflected who Christ was. And so I want to encourage you here tonight. Whether it's your first time or you've been here for years or you haven't been here in a long time and you kind of step back hesitantly. Because maybe you know that feeling where you're like, I haven't been in a while. Are they going to look at me weird? What's going to happen? I want you to see here that he says, look, this is how we treat each other. Out of love, because none of that other stuff matters. I love where he says, forgive each other's faults. Like, we don't worry about that stuff here. You belong. And I want you to really let that settle in. When you're having that time where you're like, I don't feel like I fit anywhere. I want you to know truth where Jesus says, you belong to me. You are loved. I want you to know that you have a place. And Jesus set up this church where you're like, I don't know my fit with anybody. You have a place where he says, you belong. You are forgiven. You are loved. And where hopefully other people are showing that sort of love to you. And that's kind of what this is all about when we talk about this idea of belonging. I've had a real conversation with someone who said, I want to go to church, but I don't think I have the right clothes yet. And that was their fear. They're like, I don't have the right clothes to come yet. And their thought was, if I don't wear the right thing, I need to save up to get stuff so that maybe people in church will accept me. And they're like, if I just show up, won't they just tell me to go home? And that was their real thought. Like, no, trust me. Our people are terrible dressers at our church. I'm kidding. I'm like, just come, like, you're fine. Just, like, one person might notice. But it's all right. Just match your labels. You'll be okay. And I just wanted to know, like, he said it's okay. Like, just belong. You can be a part. And so, students, I just want you, maybe there's only one person here that needed to hear that tonight. I just want you to know that it doesn't matter about stuff, and we don't have to chase after other things and other people to fit in, to feel belonged. Because you'll never do enough. If you feel like you're doing that in a relationship, I'm just letting you know, whatever you're doing now, someone will always demand more. I want you to hear that. If you're in a dating relationship and you feel like you have to do stuff to get to keep that, it'll never be enough. There'll always be something more. And maybe it's you feel like if I just had these things and then my friends would accept me, it'll never be enough if that's what you're feeling. And that's why I love when Jesus said, look, this doesn't matter. You are loved, and you have a place where you can belong. And so I want to pray for us, and I want to encourage you guys, be a part of this series, because it's good stuff, and we're going to dive deeper into this idea of what it means to belong and why we have this need to belong and how Christ really sees us, because your idea of who Jesus is really affects if you believe this part or not. And so be a part of this all these next few weeks, and we want you to have a great, great time. I'm going to pray, and then I'm going to, if you want to talk to leaders, we got leaders here. If you want more food, we got more food. I do ask that you please take your chair and stack it in the back when we're done here tonight. So let's pray. God, I thank you for these students here tonight. I know, Lord, in a crowd this big, there is someone here tonight that was saying, that's my life right now. Even at my own house, like, if I don't get the right grade, I don't feel accepted. If I don't get a new PR in my sport, I don't even know if my dad will say anything to me this week. If I don't get this right. So even in our own houses, sometimes we feel like, where do I belong in my own home? And so, God, I pray that whether it's stuff we're desiring, that we realize it doesn't matter. Whether it's trying to fit in with our friendships, that we realize I don't have to be that. Or even if it's in our own homes, we just know that we are loved by you, God. And so thank you. And I pray that this place represents what you want it to represent. That this is the safest place our students will come all week. That we have a place that we belong when the church is together, God. Amen. Hey, guys, thank you. Hey, please don't leave your trash behind. You can get more food, but stack your chairs in the back against the back walls, please. Get plenty more food. We got a lot of food left. Have a great, great night, everybody.